我们是读这个字的。
它跟英语英文也差不多多少，它都几个拼音。
This isn't Southeast Asia. It's China. Look around. There are Indonesian street food stalls, Vietnamese cafés, and Malaysian restaurants on the street. You might think this is a tourist town, but people actually live their normal lives here. This is Xinglong in China. Situated in the southeastern corner of Hainan Island, Xinglong is even closer to the equator than Hawaii. Decades ago, this place was almost empty, but today, this small town carries traces of different cultures. Some people even call it Little United Nations. Yet online, there are barely any videos about it. So during my electric bike journey around Hainan Island, I made a special detour to Xinglong to see for myself what this Southeast Asian Chinese fusion town really feels like. Hello Internet, good morning, welcome back to my channel. This is Rita, and I'm now in a small town called Xinglong town in Hainan Island. Here, around 100 tons of coffee is consumed every year. Can you imagine that? 100 tons every year in this small town. So drinking coffee in Xinglong is like an everyday routine for locals. If Southeast Asian culture and Chinese life truly blend in this town, perhaps the best way to feel it is through food. So I decided to begin my exploration with the local cuisine. So I picked two kind of dessert and I don't know what is it. It's super hot. Let's taste it. I don't know, is it famous in Indonesia? It's a very unique flavor for me. I hope I can travel to Indonesia one day. It smells like the curry. I mean, to be honest, it is the flavor of this kind of thing is similar to one Chinese traditional food, 粽子. I feel like I'm in foreign country. I'm in Indonesia right now. At first, I thought this was just a tourist trick. But the longer I walked, the more confused I became. I find a Christmas tree on the street. There were many similar stalls in the market. This isn't a foreign food street. I mean, they're just mixed into everyday life. So how did this happen? I kept walking until I stopped in front of a tea house. I ordered 1 cup of coffee and this fried dough. It's typical for Chinese people to eat the fried dough with 豆浆, soybean milk. But here in Xinglong with the coffee. 勾逼，
勾逼是印尼话，
那海南话呢？
海南话我也是勾逼，
就是咖啡的意思。
咖啡。我们就从越南那边回来这里的，我在依然是越南的。
啊，这是越南的衣服。
越南军当越南部队去穿这个。回来10多年了。
哦。
我们都越南很多代了哦，我爸爸在那时候讲是过那个古代了。我们讲越南话呢。
越南话。
咖啡。
咖啡。
uống cà phê á. uống cà phê á.
uống cà phê á是什么意思？
uống cà phê là hot coffee, hot cà phê à? 是这样吗？你们是小麦，我们讲là em á, em cái à, 是小麦啊 em cái à. 我们越南话呢讲喝酒就翁窑，这个茶喝茶翁家。
This old man helped answer my question. He grew up speaking Vietnamese, eating Vietnamese food, and living a life that looked almost completely Southeast Asian. And he is not the only one. To understand why, we have to go back in history. More than a century ago, many people from southern China left their homes and sailed toward Southeast Asia, to places like Malaysia, Indonesia, and Vietnam, in search of a more stable life. But decades later, political changes across the region made life uncertain for many ethnic Chinese communities, and so some of them returned to China. Many were resettled here, in Xinglong. They brought their languages, their food, and their memories with them. And that's why this small town feels a little different. Today, in Xinglong, over 30,000 overseas Chinese from Southeast Asia have settled down.
那您平时也喝咖啡是不？
我们咖啡从越南早上基本上都喝咖啡。一回来这里我就很少喝咖啡，现在去喝茶。喝那个放那种越南茶很好喝的。你吃完这个叫他冲壶给你，等下喝那越南茶怎么样？
喝茶，越南茶。
你試一下，味道不同。
It's the Vietnam tea. Brother from Vietnam treated me.
越南茶。
哇！
越南绿茶。
我给你看。越南语。
太原。
It's Vietnam language and it's Chinese language. And that is the name of this Vietnam tea.
越南文的，我们是读这个字的。
它跟英文差不多多少，它都几个片音。
Xinglong is not a place I can easily define. It's not entirely China, and it's not completely Southeast Asia either. There aren't many tourist attractions or fancy things to do. But Xinglong is never really about that. It's about something much bigger. It's about culture, and it's about home. Because culture is not what separates people. Culture happens when people decide to live together. For our last stop, I'm going to find a Malaysian type restaurant. Nyang Ya Kebaya. I'm going to enjoy the nice meal. That is the end of today's food tour. I hope you like it. And if you like my content, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe me in case we become friends. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Bye bye.